Hey, Eagle fans! Your Statesboro Walmart is your one-stop shop for all your Georgia Southern football and game day needs. Pick up your GSU sports gear here. We have t-shirts, hats, tote bags, koozies, stadium bleacher seats, car spirit flags, wall pennants, beads, and more right here at the best prices in town. Also, don't forget we can handle all of your tailgating needs with our great food trays, baked goods, and fresh, high-quality meat, seafood, and chicken.
Walmart. Save money. Live better. Walmart.
On this week's show, Georgia Southern basketball continues their quest for a Sun Belt regular season championship. We have this week's highlights, and we take a look at the Eagle baseball team's 3-game series with West Virginia as we welcome you inside the Eagles' Nest. And welcome inside the Eagles' Nest. I'm your host, Josh Aubrey, being joined by Mike Anthony of the Statesboro Herald. And Mike, baseball, basketball, golf, a lot of things going on right now. Though we have basketball behind our shoulders, let's get into a little bit of Georgia Southern baseball. A big game, 3-game series at home against West Virginia this past weekend. West Virginia came in having won 2 out of 3 at Clemson, so you knew they were pretty good. And Georgia Southern goes on to win 2 out of 3 against the Mountaineers.
A very good showing for the Eagles over the weekend. A little bit of a dip on Saturday. The arms kind of left him a little bit. Adam Kelly struggled again in his second start as an Eagle. However, the bats wake back up on Sunday. A couple of home runs for the Eagles. Aaron Mizell getting his first of the season. He led the team with 13 last year, but they pound West Virginia. A great way to end the weekend. A great series against a very good P5, Power 5, however you want to call it, team. I know it's very early in the season, but with college baseball, you're always looking for that 40-win mark, RPI, however you want to do the math. Playing those Power 5 teams, it helps a little bit more than Bethune-Cookman. So even though the conference standings all at 0-0 right now, we've still got a couple of weeks before Sun Belt play. Right now, the Eagles looking good, making their mark, keeping that winning percentage nice and high before we get into the Sun Belt action.
Yeah, and this weekend could go a long way in determining postseason as well with a 3-game series at home against Georgia.
And Georgia, another team that's getting out of the gates fast. A couple of wins down at Florida State. They're getting votes in the national poll, ranked in the national poll right now, but this is a Bulldog team that the Eagles aren't going to run away from. They had a lot of success last year against Georgia, taking 2 out of 3 up in Athens. You can expect some big crowds, even if the weather, which doesn't want to cooperate, doesn't look like it's going to cooperate anytime soon, but regardless of that, I'm sure that it's going to be packed out with fans, students alike. It's going to be a big series for the Eagles. Time to really make a move and get that record up where maybe they'll start to see some votes as well.
All right, well, let's get out and see some highlights from Georgia Southern's series victory against West Virginia. Georgia Southern hosting West Virginia in the first of a 3-game series. Friday, the Mountaineers able to jump out to an early 4-0 lead. Kyle Davis drives in Justin Fox, but the Eagles come back in the 3rd inning, bases loaded for Chase Griffin, who will drive a hot shot into left. Cody Adams will hustle in from 3rd to make it 4-1. Later, still in the 3rd inning, Hunter Thomas, the RBI single the other way. Plating Will Hudgens slides in safe, makes it 4-2. ECI's Caleb Pressey getting it done on the mound in relief, going 1 2/3 of no-hit ball. In the 5th, Cody Adams, the batter, he sends this one deep to right center. It's off the wall for a triple as he gets all the way in with the sliding tip here to 3rd. Next up, Aaron Mizell with the slow roller down 1st. He beats it out for a hit. Adams scores. GSU comes back to win 7-4. Moving ahead to Saturday, and the Eagles able to grab the early lead. Hunter Thomas, the batter, he singles into center, bringing in Aaron Mizell, and it's 1-0 Eagles. To the top of the 2nd we go. Justin Fox rips a shot to left. This one goes off the scoreboard. The solo homer made it 1-1. The Mountaineers go on to make it 4-1. The Eagles then cut into the lead. C.J. Brazel, the squeeze. Chase Griffin scores. Then Hudgens singles home Dalton Busby. It wasn't enough though. Eagles fall 12-4. To the rubber match we go Sunday. The Eagles wearing their Sunday whites. No idea what you call the Mountaineers look. As for the game, Will Hudgens starts things off with the single. He wouldn't stay on first long as Aaron Mizell takes this one up, and away. The two-run homer. The Eagles go on to make it 3-0. On the mound, Connor Simmons, a solid outing, 5 innings, only 2 runs. He'd strike out 3 as well, and he'd get plenty of offensive help. Spencer Duffy singles into center. He'd then take off on the steal of second. The throw, a little wild. Duffy goes all the way to third, and then manufacturing a run, he comes in to score on the fly ball to right by Dalton Busby to make it 5-1. On to the 6th inning we go, and it's Busby again. The fly ball to right, looking for another RBI. Here comes a hustling Hunter Thomas, sliding in safe. Beating the throw from right. And finally, it's Kent Rollins, the single off the pitcher. He'd finish a double shy of a cycle with 6 RBIs as the Eagles win 15-2.
With more than 100 years of experience under one roof, Complete Car Care on 207 Northside Drive can do it all for your car or truck, gas or diesel, even hybrids, motors, tune-ups, front end, air conditioning, transmissions, electrical. Complete Car Care does it all. When others say no, Complete Car Care says yes. Come see what Michael and his team can do for you at Complete Car Care, 207 Northside Drive.
A big 3-game series coming up at J.I. Clements starting Friday night against the Georgia Bulldogs for the Eagle baseball team. Well, Mike, moving indoors where we know where the weather is going to be like, the Georgia Southern basketball team going on the road Thursday night, picking up a big victory at Appalachian State, one step closer to trying to bid for that first ever Sun Belt title in basketball.
And it was a big win for the Eagles. App State not doing all that great in the rankings. They aren't even eligible for the postseason. However, we've seen how tough Boone can be. Georgia State, who is just running rampant over the conference right now, they struggled and lost in Boone earlier this season. So any win you can get on the road in conference play, it's always a big one. This one coming at a great time for the Eagles. They're still in contention for that #1 seed and, more importantly, a double bye all the way through into the semifinals of the Sun Belt Tournament. But now they've got to stay on the road. Another tough one coming up against Lafayette. It was a big matchup in Hanner when the Raging Cajuns came in about a month ago. I know the loss stung them. They're going to be looking to return the favor. As for the Eagles, one more win, and it sets up a final week of the season where they'll control their own destiny.
3 games left for Georgia Southern, beginning on the road at Lafayette. Well, let's get back. Take a look at some of the highlights from their victory this past weekend in the guys' game against South Alabama. The first of 2 at Hanner Fieldhouse, Georgia Southern taking on South Alabama. Second half, Brianna Hill drives 2 of her 20 in the game. The Eagles answer with Brianna Jones as they take a 35-33 lead. Later, going inside, it's Patrice Butler, 2 of her team-high 24. Eagles by 4. The visitors then go on a 10-0 run. The Eagles fighting back. Sierra Butler, the hoop in 1. Next, the nice spin move by Anna Claire Knight, who'd finished with 12 points. The Eagles continue to cut into the lead. Angel McGowan for 3. But the Jaguars too much. Hall for 3. And finally, it's Marquita Daniels, 2 of her game-high 33 points. The Eagles fall 80-63. The guys taking on South Alabama with a chance at the top spot in the league. Jelani Hewitt the long 2. The Jags answer on the other end with Abdul Lewis, 2 of his 17. The Eagles right back off the steal. Eric Ferguson to Hewitt for 3. Again, the Jags answer. Deontay Ferguson with the hoop and the foul, tying things up. The Eagles respond. Jake Alsmiller will hit from way downtown. Next, Eric Ferguson penetrates for the tough 2. Angel Matias then spots Mike Hughes inside, 2 of his 13 points in the game. Next, Matias for 2 in the paint, 1 of 5 Eagles in double figures. He'd finish with 11 points. Hewitt leading the way with 2 of his game-high 22. Curtis Diamond chipping in with 11 here with the hoop and the foul. Later on the break, Hewitt trying to put on the brakes, instead tosses this one up and it goes later inside to Trent Wiedemann. 2 of his 11 points in the game. Curtis Diamond then pulls up and knocks down the jumper. Back to Wiedemann we go, the nice turnaround jumper himself. And finally, Matthias flying past the defense, and the Eagles win 80-74. Well, Mike, despite the chilly temperatures outside, the Georgia Southern golf team continuing their season. Speaking of the weather, they had a shortened event there on the road at Hilton Head where they were able to come in second and had an individual finish second as well.
And Scott Wolfis has been such a big part of this team the last couple of seasons. He was the low medalist last year at the Schenkel Open and showing that he's still got that game going. He's helping his team out big time. They seem to be turning a corner. A 5th place finish a couple of weeks ago, tied for second this week. Just a couple more weeks coming up until the Schenkel. Last year, they were finally able to win it after 34 tries. Now they'll get to defend it. A lot easier to do when you know the course, you've got the support, and I know it's something that they look forward to every single season.
All right, well, that'll wrap things up. For Mike Anthony, I'm Josh Aubrey. Thanks for joining us. Hope to see you again next week.